Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it. He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. First play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Starts the drive trying to go up top. Complete to the left. He's forced out of bounds at the 23-yard line. A good pickup to give this offense some operating room.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
Using his legs, it's Murray. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Blue Hens trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Second down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle, it's Kelly. They make the stop, but barely, and they might need to regroup as we have come to the end of the third quarter. We've reached the break. BYU is on top. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Looking to throw on first down. Rush is on him. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And the Blue Hens with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And that decision will be questioned for a while. They'll go to the ground. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be...
Oh, he's got some space. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 for the first down. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end can catch the football and make big plays.
Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
offenses want to get the ball to their playmakers really fast, and they try to throw the wide receiver screen, but how about the defender? He was right there in his space, got him on the ground as soon as he caught it. He was ready for that play.
It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Unleashes one deep. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense, getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down.
Oh, those are those opportunities in the game. You got a chance to take points off the board, make a big play, and you just couldn't squeeze the interception. That's one of those plays coaches come back to, talk about, say, think if we get this pick and we start taking this the other direction and we take points off of the scoreboard.
Oh, and he missed it. No good. They blow the field goal. Something finally goes wrong. And now the Blue Hen offense onto the field. They were really aggressive going for it in their own end last time. It put them in a tough spot, David.
Yeah, aggressive.
Breaks into the open. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense.
Yeah, and a nice big pickup on the ground. Palmer, you could have used some of this earlier in the game. Are you calling runs at this point?
No, I'd be a little bit more aggressive, I think, throwing it. I think part of it right now is because the defense, they've got the lead big. They're just playing a little bit more zone, a little bit more prevent. They're fine letting this offense just chip down the field, but they're wasting time off the clock.
Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again.
Here we go.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
The give to the back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game. The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game. But trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after...
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got some room to run. At the 30. He's at the... and he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Cougars. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this has been the story of the game. Everything going their way. Offensively, special teams, and now on defense. Here in the 4th quarter, they're still being aggressive. They're still jumping these throws. And he picked that thing off and took it all the way to the house.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Guys, the Delaware offense going back to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
The Blue Hens can really attack on this 2nd and short. They go right back to him. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. They go to the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Trying the left side. Not much to show for it. This defense has kept them bottled up all day.
Yeah, this offense, man, it's been a struggle bus. And they haven't clicked yet. They haven't found what they're really, really good at. And I'll tell you this, it's in the fourth quarter, later in the game, obviously. They need to start airing this thing out. We got to get back in this football game because I don't know if y'all realize this, but we're down by a lot.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. Converts on fourth down, and he's still going. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Oh, and he finds his slot receiver on that fourth down throw. And I'll tell you, this guy's not the biggest receiver in college football, but he does such a good job working the middle of the field. He's just able to get open and read coverage. Every quarterback loves having a slot receiver like that.
Intercepted to stop the threat. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. Offense goes on the attack on 1st and 10. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding.
And I'm a fan of this, man. Run the football, eat the clock. We got the lead. This offense has put together a nice day, man. Like, just balance, rhythm, timing, play calling, everything has worked. That's why they've built this lead. They've had a great day today.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. From the gun, they'll try the middle. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And I'll tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
In the gun and looking to throw on 3rd down. That's caught. It's Nakua. Still running at the 40. They'll make the stop, but that 1st down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.
Yeah, and I like this offense keeping the foot on the gas. You got to lead by a couple scores.
And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. BYU with the 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. But, you know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because this wasn't a great day.